Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my live streams. It is Monday and I am feeling fired up. It has been a good day. It's been a good day, good start to the week here, and the day was made all the better for me a few minutes ago when I went back to rewatch the video that I released at 3:30, because I actually recorded this video, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks. It's been a while. So I went back to reread it. I do that from time to time before I start to comment on people's comments about the video, because I sometimes cannot remember what the video was. So I have to go watch it. And then I comment on the comments that are left about the video. And I went back to watch the video. And for the very first time today, a few moments ago, I saw a Marvel ad before my video. And I felt like the clouds parted and the comic gods shined down upon me. There was actually a Marvel ad before one of my videos, and that I don't know what this means. It might mean nothing at all, but it was a moment for me as a YouTuber where I was like, man, maybe I have arrived. Maybe I've arrived. I don't know, or it could just be the luck of a draw. I don't know. But it is Monday. We are doing an impromptu live stream. I have a package that just showed up. And I picked it up from the post office, and we are going to open this package up. And then there's one other thing that I want to talk about that was announced earlier today that may affect some of you out there. And then we may chat about whatever it is that may be top of mind for you guys. But before we get going, I want to say hello to some comic book soldiers that have joined me here in the live stream. My man, Matt Woods, how you doing? Looks like an out of the blue live stream. Yes, indeed it is. We are in the blue waters, and this is an out of the blue live stream, just because live stream. Tina's in the house. How you doing, Tina? The blue wrenches right at the top. It's good to see both of you guys. Who was that? 75. How you doing? Maybe you got a Grail. Brother, I wish that I had a Grail. But when I get the Grail, it's probably going to be like, I did it. That'll be the whole title of the video. I did it, and that's when you guys know. Just come, because it's about to go down. Maybe that's what I'll do. Scrolling down through the comments here, Ryan is here. My man, super honorable nephew, is in the house. Andrew K is in here. James Comics Bello, how you doing? My Canadian brother Rush Diehard. Ariel is in here. Desired Comics is in here. Doug B is in the house. It's good to see you, brother. Boosters, the name, is in here. It is good to see all of you guys. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's open this thing up. What I will tell you guys is that if you know me, if you follow me on the social medias, you know that I love Alaska. I love everything there is about Alaska. And what I mean by that is the TV shows. If it is a TV show that is on the air and it is about Alaska, I am watching it. The Deadliest Catch, any of the survival shows, any of the homesteading shows, if it is about this Ice Road Truckers, that whatever the Alaskan State Troopers, if it has Alaska in the title, or if it is based in Alaska, if it looks like Alaska, I am watching that show. I love Alaska, and no, I've never been. I don't hunt. I don't like cold weather. But there is something about Alaska that just sings to me. It does. It just sings to me. And I spent a lot of time watching Alaskan shows. So when a comic shop based in Alaska started to show some interest in my channel, I was all about that comic shop. And the comic shop, I think, released an exclusive variant. They reached out to me and they were like, Reggie, we want to send you a copy. I said, that's what's up, because I love Alaska. And then I was watching on their Instagram. And they were doing a tour of the comic shop. Hilarious videos that they put up. And I actually saw myself in the background in the shop while they were filming this thing. I was on the TV and I was like, I love this comic shop. even more because they clearly watch the channel, and you have to support people that support you. So they reached out and they were like, hey, we came out with this variant. We want to send you a copy of it. I said, that's what's up. Let's do it. And I think part of the reason why they did it is because they do watch the channel. And two, I believe that, believe it or not, some of the videos that I've released, they've actually found helpful. So I got a kick out of that. I think they've been using some of the pressing techniques that I showed in one of the videos. So the comic shop is Aegis. Aegis. I believe that is the correct pronunciation of the comic shop. Aegis Comics of Alaska is the name of the shop, and they sent me a bundle of comics. I think some of these are comics that I actually purchased because when they reached out to me, I started following them and paying attention to what they posted up, and they posted something that kind of caught my attention. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and place a little order and support the Alaskan comic shop. I don't know how many there are, but it was pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Again, I do love some Alaska, and that is a genuine thing. I will tell you that. So we're going to open this bundle up and see what it is that they have sent. And I think, again, that it may be part of my actual order. So let's see. That we're going to do that one last. And we're going to do, wow, they sent, okay, cool. Wait a minute. How many did I buy? Did I only buy one? Let's look here. What did I buy? Okay. Oh, cool. All right, cool. So what we did here is I picked up from them the Three Jokers bundle, and I thought that these were cool covers. I thought that was a cool cover. That's cool. That is cool, and by cool I mean creepy. It is completely creepy. I have not read this story arc from DC Black Label, but I am actually looking forward to reading this one. I was reading one of the modern storylines where we actually found out that there were actually three Jokers. I went back and not reread it, but I went back and read that and read the issue where they talked about where Batman became aware of the fact that there were three Jokers. And then shortly after I read that, they announced the three Jokers. And so this is another set of what I just showed you there. Again, from the folks over at Aegis Comics of Alaska. All right, so that's what we picked up. But this is a really cool variant that they did with Dynamite. They did this with Dynamite. It is Red Sonja. I think that's the correct. I think this is the title. Yeah, Mars Attacks Red Sonja. This is their exclusive variant. Oh, I think it's exclusive, but this is their variant that they came out with. It is really cool. That is cool right there. And they included a couple of stickers in the backside so you can see the correct spelling of the comic shop right there. Very, very cool. That is awesome. That's some well done artwork right there. Oh, I just realized what was actually happening in that photo. You guys may have already noticed it. I just realized what was actually happening. We need to turn that. I'm washing out right there. Someone just dropped a super chat. So let me go find. Oh, there we go. Right here in the room. There you go, man. Thank you guys for sending over the Three Jokers stuff. And thank you very much for the variant right here. It is very, very cool. I definitely appreciate it. And there is more. There is more. We're actually going to bounce over to you all's website real quick because I want people to be able to see the website. So let me find it here. I had it pulled up. I think that's it right there. So this is the website right here. And you can see it's Aegis comicsalaska.com is the URL. And then if you go over to the online store, what these guys have actually done, and let me pull up the information real quick. And I think I know it, but let me pop over here real quick and we'll find your variant. There it is right there. Let me make that a little bit bigger so that my old eyes can actually see it. Look at that. The three Jokers is right there. Premium set. That's what I picked up. So let's look at this thing. Quick look. This is the Mars Attacks Red Sonja issue #1 right here. And they actually offered up to you guys a discount. there is a shipping discount that you guys can actually, if you decide that you want to order this book, and I believe the promo code is Regie, Regie, free shipping. If you guys decide to pick this up, I honestly, and if they're still in the room, they may be able to answer this question. They will do free shipping with using that code. But what I don't know is whether the code works for anything that is ordered, or whether the free shipping only applies to if the variant itself is ordered. So if you guys can answer that question, I think people may appreciate that. It is a cool cover. It is definitely a cool cover right there. Congrats to you all for coming out with an exclusive variant. And again, I know that this is a way that shops can make a nice amount of money for the shop. So I definitely respect that and also want to support it. It's a cool cover. I actually went and looked up the artist that worked on this, and super talented artist. And again, if you guys decide to pick this thing up, you can see the URL up there, hopefully in the top, and use code Regie to save on shipping in the US, free shipping in the US. I think that was the other little tidbit that I may have neglected to actually say. So again, shout out to those guys for hooking me up with some awesome books, and then also with the exclusive variant. All right, so I'm going to bounce back to the chat to see what you guys are talking about. Let me see. The comment got away. Whoa, there are only 3 shops in Alaska. There we go. I'm glad that you guys benefited, man. No doubt about it. And I think I mentioned to you earlier in Instagram that I am working on a cleaning video, because a lot of people have been asking about that. So I am going to try to drop the cleaning video in like the next 2 weeks. So hopefully that is another video that will help some folks out there. Maybe not you all, but maybe someone out there will benefit from this. But I definitely appreciate you guys hooking me up, and then hooking up the subscribers that decide to go ahead and place an order for that awesome variant that you guys came out with. So let me scroll through. Their website is cool, says Rush. That's what's up. There we go. Videos are cool. Cool. So let me see. There we go. I'm throwing up a couple of comments. Jack, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you. What are 3 shops in the whole state of Alaska? Big state. Yeah, man. Big state indeed. Dangerous state if you watch Alaskan State Troopers. Again, I love that show. I really do. I feel like I should be one of the fishermen on Deadliest Catch, but then I realized that I'm not a spring chicken anymore. And I realized that that's probably not the life for me, but I still love the show. So let me scroll down through some of these comments here. Cleaning videos. It is coming up, bro. And I had a lot of people that were like, hey, can you do one? And yeah, so we're going to do one. Yeah, we're going to leave it at that. I started to try to film it last night here in the room, and I could not get my setup right. So I punt it, and I'm going to try to knock it out today or tomorrow. So we'll see whether I can make some magic happen. So there we go. All right. So the other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is that if you've been following the channel for a while, you guys know that I love to hunt comics, right? Comic book soldiers. We are always out there on the hunt, going through long boxes, going through short boxes, hunting for comics wherever we can find them in the wild, at antique stores, at private sales, wherever they are. One of the videos that I created probably more than a year ago was me talking about a few different apps that I actually use to find comics, right? A lot of people use the Facebook Marketplace, which I think is great. A lot of people use Craigslist, which I think is great. I have videos on how to use Craigslist. But I also used a couple of apps called Let Go and Offer Up. And what was funny is this morning I was having coffee, and as I was taking a sip of my coffee, a notice came in that essentially the 2 companies had merged. Offer Up and Let Go have essentially merged. And so I just wanted to bring that to folks' attention in the event that you guys actually want to use any of these apps to actually hunt. I have not gone to the site, either of the apps, I should say, today to see what changes have been made to either one of them. My guess is that they're going to look a little bit different. And only time will tell what that difference looks like. So it's you can see the headline here: download, Offer Up, and Let Go today. Again, 2 awesome apps that basically allow you to search based upon geography, zip code, to find things that people are selling, right? And comics are just one of the many things that are actually offered up for sale here, but it's a good way to be able to identify sellers in your local area that may have comics. And depending upon what happens with the economy and the various programs that Congress and the president are kind of putting out there could be people that are actually putting collections up for sale. So offer up and let go may be a viable way for you to be able to identify some collections out there. There are videos on the channel that talk about how to actually buy collections, so you may want to check that out. But today we are announcing the combined offer up and let go into a single marketplace with the new Offer Up and Let Go app. This combination creates an improved experience that brings together millions of buyers and sellers across the nation. You can actually download it at the App Store and the Google Play Store. This combined marketplace has even more deals and more buyers and sellers for a bigger, better community. Plus, now everyone has access to nationwide shipping, industry-leading safety programs like True You, which is like a verification thing to make sure you are who you say you are. And community meetup spots and listings that never expire. And so it goes on to talk about some of this other stuff. But again, two great apps that have now combined into one means hopefully a bigger marketplace for us all to be able to identify some awesome comics in our local areas. I can tell you, for a while there, I was hitting up the Offer Up, Let Go Craigslist thing pretty heavily, and I came across some really, really awesome books. I will tell you that for a fact. And so I don't know what your respective local areas will look like, but if you are a hunter, if you are looking for deals, right, you can continue going to comic shops, or you can venture outside, right? You can go to your Craigslist, you can go to your apps, you can go to your antique stores. There are deals out there. There are books out there. You do not just have to go to the local comic shop or to eBay, even though I believe in both of those things, especially local comic shops, right? We just talked about one, but there are books out there that you can potentially pick up and add to your collection. And so channel's all about trying to bring people information that they can leverage in some way if they choose to. So again, wanted to throw that out there for consideration. So there was a comment here. There's a comment about Bagley. Where was that? I want to see young Reggie with a younger Mark. It was probably a much smaller, quieter version of myself, and probably just a equally sarcastic version of Mark Bagley. That is probably what the scenario was. No, I actually don't even remember. I don't remember anything about the conversation. I just remember that I met him. I have a stack of books over here in various bins that he actually signed for me inside on the splash page. But again, when I was a younger kid, I was much shyer, and I'm still somewhat reserved. Believe it or not, I am very much reserved. But when I go on camera, I need to turn it up, right? I am actually an introvert, and I don't think that people truly appreciate that. I am a quiet person. There's no doubt about that one. So let me scroll down through some of the comments here again, seeing what you guys are trying to talk about here. And again, if there's things you guys want to talk about, throw it up in all caps. You ran into Mr. Joe Brown. Are you talking about like Judge Joe Brown? Or are you talking about the football player Joe Brown? Which Joe Brown are you talking about? You are very welcome, Doug. The apps, man, the apps are awesome. I mean, Offer Up, Let Go, these apps are awesome. Same thing with antique shops. There are deals out there. And sometimes you just have to go off the beaten path, man. I've met people to do deals at Starbucks, in apartment complexes behind 7-Elevens in the middle of the night on the corners of Oakland. I pick books up from everywhere. I mean, not so much these days. I'm not really hunting as much these days. But there was a stretch, man, where I was on the hunt like nobody's business. So scrolling through some of the comments here. What is this? A couple of comments here. Use both of the apps to sell classic video game consoles. Well done. They are. We do a lot of my wife and I, we give a lot of stuff away, like old toys and books and stuff like that. We actually use both of those apps to like give stuff away. Like we've given away, we literally gave away once rocks. these massive rocks that we had in the backyard of a house that we bought. Previous owner, I guess, holds them in for some project that never materialized. We literally gave some of these things away, right? Rocks and other like toys and things for the kids and books, clothes. Like we do all kinds of stuff. And it's like, hey, it's at the corner, just pick it up, take what you want. You know, we use these apps a lot to move things so that we don't have to either take them and have somebody to pick them up and dump them for us at a dump, or to take them to Goodwill or something like that. There are people out in the community that can benefit from the things that we have that we no longer need, that we use the apps for. So, and again, I think some people are like that with comic books. They're like, I don't need these anymore. So let me just, move them on to somebody else. Cool. I'll be right there. Let me see. Matt Wood says, I've been looking for a Silver Age collection in mint condition that someone just wants out of their attic. I tell you, I actually took out an ad on Craigslist, and the ad that was on my Craigslist, it was basically like, if your children have left home and they've left behind all their belongings, comic books and things like that, and you want them out of your house, just reach out to me. I'll make magic happen. I didn't say it that way, but that was the gist of it. You'd be surprised. You would be surprised at what you can actually still pick up out there in the wild. There are, Steve White, here we go. There are deals to be found. Facebook Marketplace has been gold for me. I'm telling you, there are deals out there. And I will tell you, potentially, again, depending upon what happens with the economy, there could be more deals. I just, and I may have told you guys a story already. I was at one of my local comic shops recently, and I bought some stuff, and my guy was like, hey, I have some stuff I want to show you at the car. I said, hey, let's go see it. So I go out there. He tells me the backstory. The guy has basically been out of work, and he needed some money. The guy's been out of work. He's had this collection for quite some time. It was like his grandfather's collection, but the family needed the money, so he sold the books, and he walked away with cash that he needed to do what he needed to do. And the comic shop owner ended up with 3 tubs full of comic books, some of which I may actually purchase because they were in solid shape, solid Silver Age books that I will gladly add to my bins here in the room. So I'm waiting for my guy to get back to me with pricing information. But yeah, there are deals out there. There are deals out there, and there are lots of books. The thing is, you just have to be willing to put in a little bit of effort to be able to find them, or to create an environment in which those books can actually find you. And again, if you want to know what I mean by that, check out some of the videos that are on the channel. If you search here on the channel, you should be able to find a couple of videos that I've done that talk about some of that stuff. So scrolling down through the comments here, a while back, had to yell at an antique shop owner, stop putting, oh my goodness, Nate, you did well, sir. You did well. You also need to take that same message to Walmart, to Wally World, because they too put stickers on books like those Allegiance comics. I saw an entire rack, and I didn't personally see it. Someone sent me photos. The entire rack had comics, and all the comics had stickers on the cover. But yeah. Some people don't know. I just picked up a Marvel Spotlight 32 for $60, and it is a 7.5 to 8.0. Well done on that one, man. Congrats. There are deals out there. I tell people all the time, but you just have to look to see what's out there. Again, Walmart, there you go. If there's things you guys want to talk about, throw it up in all caps. We will try to dig into it, but I basically achieved my agenda. My agenda was to support the local comic shop in the great state of Alaska, and then also to talk about Offer Up and Let Go. So I've reached the end of my limited agenda. So if there's other stuff you guys want to talk about, throw it up in all caps, and we'll try to dig into some. Oh my goodness. Some of the comments that you guys make are hilarious. I absolutely love it. Sorry, not saying much. Driving, take care of business. Just enjoying the live stream. Says super honorable nephew. I appreciate you, brother. I definitely appreciate you on that one. Be safe, because I can be hilarious, and so we don't need you closing your eyes in laughter and getting into an accident. So be careful for certain. Scrolling through some of the comments here, seeing if there's anything else I want to pick up on here. Scrolling. Let me see. Oh, as a reminder, the book that we gave away last night still has not been claimed. Which one was it? It was this Daredevil Wait a minute. Was it? No, it was not the Daredevil. It was the Godzilla. The Godzilla still has not been claimed. So make sure if you have not watched the Ready Set Go preview show that aired yesterday, you make sure you check it out because this book could be yours. It might actually just be waiting for you to claim it, for me to send it on. And then again, the book that is going to be given away this week is this awesome Frank Miller Daredevil book, issue number 158. Pretty cool book that someone's going to walk away with this coming Sunday. So definitely stay tuned to all the videos that get released from the channel. So let me scroll through and see what else you guys are talking about. Reggie, what grade of your Grail are you trying to grab? The affordable grade. That is the grade that I am aiming for, the affordable one, whatever that happens to be at the moment. So for those that don't know, I'm not a huge fan of the term Grail, but the book that I am trying to get is AF-15. That is the book, and it is an expensive book. And, the prices fluctuate depending upon who you buy from. That affects the price, right? Depends upon, where you buy from, but that is the book. And I have a desire to get somewhere between a 1.8 and a 2.0 because I believe that is the financially responsible thing for me to do as a father of two and a husband that does not want to die. That is an acceptable grade range that I have identified, and we will go above or below that targeted range, depending upon what I'm able to find, right? And the goal, of course, for me is to get the most attractive, affordable book that I can possibly get. And even though there is that range of 1.8 to 2, there is a lot of variability, believe it or not, in that range between a book that just does not look good and a book that actually looks good. So there is definitely a range that will affect the grade of a book, right, falling into that range, but there's a lot of variability within that. And so I'm of course going for the most affordable, attractive book that I can potentially afford. And a lot of people are like, well, just buy something and then you'll upgrade. I don't know that I've ever successfully done that. I've had aspirations to do it, but I've never successfully upgraded a book on purpose, right? My goal always is to get the best book that I can possibly afford. And by afford, I mean not be killed by my wife for spending an ungodly amount of money, right? But yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. So we'll see whether we can make some magic there to actually get there. So scrolling through, thank you for the question. What is this? Yeah, your wife seems pretty chill, but not like she'd kill me. You guys will be like, well, where is Reggie? It is like 7:35, and there is no Ready, Set, Go preview happening. Like, what is going on? I'm dead. That's what's going on. My wife killed me because I bought an 8.9. Yeah, the kids I'm gonna tell you right now, they eat so much, it is unbelievable. And I guess you guys hear my kids in the background. This is the price that we pay for an early live stream. This is the price that we pay. We have to deal with Reggie's screaming children in the background. Yeah, man. Husband who does not want to. I'm telling you, it is my aspiration to not die. There you go. Reggie, just say 9.8. Don't be shy. Actually, here's the thing, as I already own Amazing Fantasy 15. Facsimile cover, copy, 9.8. It's fantastic. It's fantastic, but it does not give me that same feeling in my guts when I touch the real deal. You should do a lost and found raffle. Yeah, man, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. We're just going to continue working our way down the list, and then we're going to end up with a list of people that missed out, that are going to be very mad at themselves that they did not watch the follow-up videos to find out if they actually won, right? So we're going to continue. And my hope is that this week that book will go away. That is the hope, is that the book will actually go away versus stacking up on me, because I really do not enjoy that. So scrolling down through the comments here, seeing what else you guys are talking about. Happy wife, happy life, not dead husband. Doesn't nerdy girl need like a dozen AR-15s to pick up? Wait a minute, hold on. Doesn't nerdy girl have like a dozen? Yeah, she has a lot. She has a lot. And I talk to nerdy girl fairly regularly, right? We talk at least like twice a week. I just kind of check in with her. I dig her. I dig Danielle as a person. So we talk a couple of times a week just to kind of see how things are going, with one another, what she's working on, what I'm working on, like what are we excited about, just general stuff as people in the comic book community. We just connect on that level. So I dig her. You know, just oh man, yeah, yeah. I used to do that. I used to sneak comics in, or I would leave comics in the car, and I actually told her about it, right? And she's like, "For what?" She's like, "I don't even care." This was like early on where I used to feel guilty because I was spending so much money on comics. She's like, "I don't even care." She was like, "It keeps you busy. It keeps your mind occupied. I don't even care. Just do what you do." Just, her big thing is don't take away from the family because of me spending money on comics. And that's when I started to work towards many of the videos that you guys have seen here on the channel, which is that true separation between family funds and hobby funds. That's when I came up with the idea of making the hobby actually work for me and work for the collection versus me taking money from, my career, if you will, and bills and stuff like that to buy comics. That's when I came up with a lot of that stuff, because the wife essentially served as the inspiration where she's like, "Look, I don't care. Just don't take away from this." Well, I'm like, well, okay, well, how do I do that? Right? How do I not do that, but still do what I want to do? I got it. And that's what I came up with these different ways to generate some income that would then allow me to go out and buy stuff and not feel guilty and not have to smuggle it in the house. But again, when you spend that kind of money on like an AR-15, she probably noticed that one. She probably noticed that one. Let me slide down here real quick and acknowledge the super chat right here. Give a huge shout out for anyone that has come in a little late, because I think that there were some people. There's a shout out here. Thanks again for all the support and love for Alaska and comic book shops from your friends over at the Last Frontier. So for those that don't know, I love Alaska. We actually talked about this. I dig the state of Alaska. Everything that happens in Alaska, I actually dig. And when I had an opportunity to mix it up with a local comic shop, and by local, I mean a comic shop based in Alaska that is there. They hooked me up with this dopeness right here, this variant that they came out with. So if you guys are at all interested in picking up a little bit of Mars Attacks Red Sonja, or Red Sonja #1, I should probably say, you definitely want to check these folks out. They hooked it up where you can actually get free shipping. You can get free shipping on your order in the US. It's Aegis Comics in Alaska. Shout out to those guys. I definitely appreciate you guys hooking me up. And anytime you want to shoot some more footage in your shop and have Regie on the TV screen, I welcome it. No, I definitely appreciate the support and all of the thanks, man. You guys are doing some good stuff over there. If you want to have a laugh, check out their Instagram. I don't know who the characters are that do the videos. I'm guessing they're people that work in the shop. Funny people. I mean, the videos and the clips that they put up are funny, and I dig that. I dig people that have some personality, that have some energy, that take a slightly different approach to things, and that are genuinely enjoying comics. I dig that. And these folks actually seem to really enjoy comics, which is great. Just say take pride in that facsimile cover over there of AF-15 at the 9.8. Oh man. Scrolling through. No, brother, Clay, don't wish for it, brother. Don't wish for it, my man. Have a plan. And that's why, if you guys think about it, I set two big, hairy, audacious goals, two BHAG goals for this year. One of them was 10,000 subscribers, and we are well on our way. The other goal was AF-15. And what you've seen is me set a goal, create a plan, and then be executing that plan. You are literally seeing me execute the plan right at this very moment, right? So the things that I do, the magic that I make is not unique to me. It's not unique to me. I'm essentially giving you guys like the tips and the pointers and the methodology to make your own magic because you can do it. Now, it might take you a little bit more time, right? But that's okay. You know, I mean, it's taken me what? I've been doing this YouTube thing already for what, like 2 years or something like that. We're about to be in year 3 in February. So we're not exactly there, but I've invested a lot of time, energy, and effort in order to actually get to this point where I could do some of this really cool stuff that I've wanted to do. And that's because I had a plan. And that's why if you listen to the videos, what do I talk about? Set a goal. What is your goal? Is it specific? Is it measurable? Is it actionable? Is it time bound, right? These are all the things that we talk about. There is nothing that I'm doing that you can't do too. And I literally give you all the components. And I actually had somebody say once upon a time early in my YouTube career that I was going to regret giving away so much information. They were like, you were going to regret that. Like telling people where you buy comics and stuff like that and the methodology behind it. I've never really regretted anything that I've done where I've tried to help somebody else because at a certain point, it's about you trying to do something. But then the real cool stuff is that when you can help other people do some really cool stuff and you can have a small part of what they've accomplished, that's really cool. And that's, from a business perspective, it is an individual contributor being, moving towards getting work done through others, right? Individual contributor role, important. But if you can get things done through other people, then you are able to magnify your influence and your impact where you can help other people do that's cool. That to me is where the magic gets made. So, scrolling down, there you go, man. There you go. There you go. Matt Wood's like, I work 2 jobs. The thing is, and you have a great collection, bro. You have some solid books in your collection, a collection that you can be proud of when you think about here's all the work that I actually put in. And then here's what I have to show for that. That's magical. Now, the problem becomes when you put in a lot of work and you have nothing to show for it, you might not have anything to show for it because you nickel and dime the money away to other things because you don't really have a goal. But if you have a goal and you have a plan and you start to work towards that goal, then what happens is you're like, I did all of this and this is what I was able to accomplish, right? And it's not about materialistic stuff, but it's about getting things done that you really want. And part of it could be a material possession like a comic, or it's getting better organized. It's selling off part of your collection. If that's what you want to do, right? You have to have a plan and work towards it. There you go. Yeah. When the work spills over, that's when I start to really have fun because I get fired up. About this. I used to call it kicking people in the butt, right? Like everybody needs a kick in the butt occasionally. Like I need it occasionally when I get down and I start to be like, well, woe is me and I can't do this. I need somebody to give me a pep talk. I enjoy giving pep talks to other people to be like, you know what? You can actually do this. Like you can actually do this. If you really want to do it, you can come up with a plan to make magic happen. So if I can give a couple of people a kick in the butt to get them moving towards something that they are really passionate and excited about, there you go. There you go. Man with a plan. Scrolling down through the comments here. All right. So I am probably going to wrap this thing up. Mark Bagley, if I ever see him in person, I'm going to punch him in the mouth. All right, I'm going to wrap this thing up. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me just a little bit. If you are coming in late, I definitely want to encourage you to watch the video from the top because there was some cool stuff that I talked about with the merger of 2 different apps out there that I use or have used for hunting comics. A comic shop in Alaska has offered up a really awesome discount code if you decide to pick up their cool variant that they are offering. And then we just had a little bit of chit chat there. So if you came in a little late, I definitely want to encourage you to check out the live stream from the beginning so that you don't miss out on any of the action. Shout out to everybody that actually downloaded the podcast earlier today. It was released at 7 a.m. So shout out to all those individuals that were able to download the podcast and listen to it. Shout out to everyone that has actually watched the video that I released earlier today at 3:30. And if you haven't seen it, I definitely want to encourage you to check out the case of mistaken identity as well as my haul. More to come. More to come. If you guys need to reach out to me, feel free to do so in one of two ways: on Instagram at Regie Collects, or you can send me an email to reggie@regiecollects.com. And please have a positive thought for the other members of the comic book community, because there are people out there that are having a very tough day. So have a positive thought for them. You never know what impact that could actually have on you or on them. Take care.